I go around and I go around and I go around, I go around. I'm always out, I am always out, I am always out, I'm always out. I keep running so I don't have to go.
I feel like I'm sitting so far away from the camera today. That's why I don't know if you guys can see over here. I have my phone as a mic because I feel like it's so far, but I do want you guys to see like what I see right now. I'm literally like encaged in like a cage of books. If you're new here, my name's Mila. I make everything from bookish, lifestyle, content. We also do reality TV show rankings, and we sometimes do a little bit of tier ranking. So if any of that sounds fun, definitely hit the subscribe button down below and leave a thumbs up so I know that you guys enjoy these type of videos. Today we're gonna do a video that I film every single year. It's my updated physical TBR. So I like doing this around the summertime. Sometimes I do it before the summer, sometimes I do it after the summer. So it's either like, okay, so this is what I have before my summer reading, before it's gonna drop dramatically, or it's like, okay, this is like the dramatic drop after my summer reading. I just want to preface that I did just finish university, so I'm gonna have a lot more free time now. Yes, it looks bad, but I'm gonna have like more free time than I've ever had in my entire life. So I think it's fine. It's not that bad. It's definitely concerning, but it's not horrible. I guess let's just go right into it. I generally have no idea how many I have. I did not count. I feel like I should have counted. I'm probably not gonna count during this video, but I think I'll put it, do I put it in the title? Do I keep it a surprise? You know, I don't know if I'll put it in the title, so definitely leave your, what's it called? Your guess in the comment section down below to see if we're on the same page. I want to say between 100 and 130. I feel like I did really well not buying many books, but then also, okay, so the covers for Zodiac Academy were changing, and initially I was like, I'm not gonna buy all of them because it's gonna take me a while to read. But then when I saw that the covers were changing, what encouraged me to go all out and to like buy all the books was that the last book 9 on Amazon, there was like one book left for like $40. I was like, okay, it's a little excessive, let me just check Indigo. It was $80, so I was like, you know what, screw it, let me buy this like $40 book from Amazon. And I just bought all of them because I was like scared that the covers would change. I actually do not have the cover that I wanted for book 7, so I'm kind of like meh about that, but I'm like, you know what, it's fine, whatever, like what's done is done. So let's just go right into this. I guess let's start like over here in front of my face. I don't know where the other book for this series is, but we have The Damage by To John. This is book 2 of the Insiders trilogy. I guess I'm just gonna go say the name of the books. I'm not gonna say much else. I'll say like the category that it's in, the book, the author, the series. So yes, The Damage by To John. Here we have a thriller, Secluded Cabin 6 by Lisa Unger. Don't know what it's about. It's giving me summer vibes. Maybe if I do a little weekend of time with my friends, I'm gonna read it. We have The Pledge by Candy Steiner. This is book 3 in the Palm South University series. This is like sororities and frats, super fun vibes. Like these type of books, I read them so fast. I know I said I was barely gonna say anything, but that's an absolute lie because I'm like already talking so much. But yeah, little like sorority fraternity series, super fun. Feels like you're like watching, I was gonna say reading a movie. Feels like you're watching a movie, so now I'm gonna read this super fast. We have My Dark Romeo by Parker S. Huntington and LJ Shen. This book I'm kind of like scared to read because Parker S. Huntington's other book, I thought I was gonna like it a lot, but I didn't like it. So I'm very nervous about this. I feel like I will like it. I'm just like a little on edge from the other book. We have, where's the other one from this author? I cannot see it, but we have a book by Lucy Foley, The Midnight Feast. I also have another book from her. I don't know where it is. I think she only has like 4 books. I read 2 out of them, really like them. And this one has like green edges, so super cute. Can't wait to get to that. We have Serial Killer Games. This book actually came out this year. It was in my anticipated 2025 reads. This is just like, I think it's like a workplace romance, so super fun because I feel like I haven't read like one of those in a while. I'm probably gonna start pulling from random piles because I don't just want to pull from over here. We have 2 books in the Never After series. I read Hooked. Here we have Scarred and Wretched, not Wicked. This is The Lion King and like Scar. This is The Wizard of Oz, I think. I think in this one she's the bad guy, which is different because we normally don't see that. Super intrigued to continue this series. Speaking of series, we have an entire trilogy here. It's the Dreamland Billionaire series, The Fine Print by Lauren Asher, Terms and Conditions, and then finally The Final Offer. These books are thicker than I expected them to be. I love the Dirty Air series. I'm like halfway done, so I know I'm definitely gonna fall in love with these. I just need to find the time to read them. We have a sports romance over here. I really miss sports romances, so I feel like I'm definitely gonna try to pick this up soon. We have Falling by Janisha Boswell. I haven't seen this book talked about a lot, but I was on Amazon one day, I found it, I was like, figure skater, hockey player, I know I'm gonna love it, so might as well add it to carts. This book I've had on my TBR for a while, so I'm kind of disappointed that it's still here. But we have Ruthless Rivals by LJ Shen. This is another workplace romance book. I feel like I'm definitely gonna try to read this in June because I did want to like read workplace romance because I feel like I haven't. You know, I feel so dumb right now because in my May TBR I was like, I need a workplace romance and I couldn't find. I'm like, this is literally a workplace romance you've had on your shelf for like ages. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed I did not think of that, but I do want to read this before the end of this year. Please like hold me accountable to this because it's bad if I don't. This book, it's a random book I found on Book Outlet and I was like, you know what, why not, it seems fun. Cupid's Match by Lauren Palfreyman. I always want to read this around Valentine's Day and I don't because I'm so busy, but you know what, I might just read it chilling by the pool in like August. Let's swerve all the way over here. We have the Chestnut Spring series. So I read Flawless. I have the rest of the books over here. We have Heartless by Elsie Silver, Powerless, then Reckless, and Hopeless. I do want to bring out a little reading vlog. I'm reading the rest of the series. Like, yeah, it sucks that I already read book 1, but there's still 4 books, so I feel like it could be a fun little reading vlog. So let me know if it's something that you would want to see. I have All of Us Villains by Amanda Foody and Christine Lynn Herman. I know this is a duology. I have to read this. Like, I think I picked up this book when I went, oh my god, when I went to, I think it was from a Barcelona bookstore 3 years ago. So we have to get to it. I have 2 books here from Frida McFadden. We have Never Lie and The Inmate. I loved The Housemaid, so I know I'm gonna love these. I just need to get to it, which as we can probably see, it's not gonna be anytime soon because there's literally so much to read. Here I have Today, Tonight, Tomorrow by Rachel Lynn Solomon. This is a YA book, so I know I can read it really fast. I just have to prioritize it. Oh, we have the End of 2 series over here. There's the A Touch of Darkness series, book 3, A Touch of Malice, and then book 4, A Touch of Chaos. And then right under that, we have the 2 last books in the Dirty Air series, Wrecked and Redeemed. I do want to try to finish these 2 series in 2025, so we shall see if I actually accomplish that. I have a little duology over here, The Ravens and the Monarchs by Cass Morgan and Daniel Page. I know this is like witchy mixed with sorority, so I'm gonna leave this to the fall, but I do really want to try to read this fall. So I have a massive series here. It's one of Sarah J Maas's series, Throne of Glass. I want to read Throne of Glass, but I'm like, the summer doesn't feel like the good time to read it, but I promise I will at least start this series before the end of the year. We have The Assassin's Blade. I literally have all the books. Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire. Gonna move these out of the way to get to the other ones. Queen of Shadows, Empire of Storms, and then the last 2 books, we have Tower of Dawn and then Kingdom of Ash. Do we see this? I'm terrified, but whenever I tell people that I haven't read it yet, they're like, Mila, what are you doing? You have to read this, you're gonna love it. And like, I know I will, I really know I will. I just have to find the time. I feel like I'm really pulling from like every pile right now. So over here, oh god, please do not fall. We have The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This feels like a fall book, but I feel like I could read it end of summer. I mean, obviously the fall comes at the end of summer. This book, like this little duology, I really want to read it this year. I feel like I never do because I'm like, once I read the first book, I'm gonna want to read the second book immediately, and like if I have midterms, I don't have the time to do it, but I don't have midterms anymore, so I can do it. So this year we're actually reading it. So we have Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline. I am so scared and so intrigued. I remember showing someone the trigger warning and they were like, I'm concerned for you, and I'm like, I know, but apparently I heard that once you read it, you can understand the romance, because my friend at first, she was like, like, you know, I didn't think I could believe in the romance because I was like, what the hell is this? But she was like, you know what, I fully support the romance. So I'm like, okay, I'll probably do it also. We also have Nightfall by Penelope Douglas, the last book of the Devil's Night series. I feel like I've just been putting this off because I don't want the series to end because I love the series, and also Will is one of my favorite characters in the series, so I'm like nervous if I'm gonna like it or not. But you know, fingers crossed that I like it, and I'll pick it up next fall around like Halloween, because like Devil's Night, Halloween, that's just like the perfect time to read it. I'm gonna take these few books from behind the mic, careful not to drop it. We have the Cruel Prince trilogy. So there's the Cruel Prince, there's the Wicked King, and then the Queen of Nothing. I know this series, I'm gonna be able to read it so fast, and it's one of my friends' like favorite series. I just have to get to it. Like, I'm sorry, I know it's gonna come soon. I promise I'm gonna read it. We have a few Emily Henry books that I can see. So the first one is Book Lovers. I want to try to read all of these books by the end of summer. We also have Funny Story, and then lastly, let me get it here, Great Big Beautiful Life. I own all of Emily Henry's books. I have not read half of them. I need to read them. I have this super pretty cover from this Lucy Score book. It's Story of My Life. I don't know if you guys can see, there's like the sprayed edges that are like book pages and flowers. I find it super pretty. Another Lucy Score book we have is Things We Never Got Over. I do want to try to read both of these this summer because I feel like Lucy Score is a summary, I was gonna say summary book, a summary author. So there's Fourth Wing that I have to read because I know everyone loves it, Iron Flame, and then lastly Onyx Storm. I own all three books. There's literally no excuse to not read it. I promise once we get into fall and we get to like cozy vibes, cozy fantasy, we're gonna read it. Another fantasy series that I do need to read, I've literally had this book on my shelf since forever, From Blood and Ash, because I know that if I don't start it, I'm not gonna pick it up. And it's like, yes, I would technically be saving myself like a 7-book series, but I want to read it because I know I'm gonna like it. I'm just like, I just don't. This is the other Lucy Foley book that I was talking about that I couldn't find earlier, The Guest List. I know I'm gonna like it. It feels like a summery read, so if I'm like craving a thriller this summer, I'm definitely gonna try to pick it up. Let's go back to fantasy. So we have the Darker Shades of Magic series, A Darker Shade of Magic, then A Gathering of Shadows, and A Conjuring of Light. I only read one book by V. Schwab, but I feel like I would really like it because people who I know who aren't really big on reading have read it and have liked it. So I'm like, okay, seems like it's gonna be my cup of tea. Let's go to more like romances. So we have More Than Words by Mia Sheridan. From what I understood, this is kind of like in the same world as Archer's Voice and Most of All You, but it's not because we don't see the same characters. I love Mia Sheridan books, so I know that I'm definitely gonna enjoy this. And we have Watch Over Me and Fall Into Me by Mila Gray. These are more like army romances. I don't have many of those, but I feel like I'm definitely gonna like it because the one that I read from Mila Gray before, it really surprised me. The covers, I was like, okay, it's YA, I'm not gonna enjoy it. Oh no, I was shocked and I loved it. I loved every second of it. We have Cross the Line by Simone Sultani. This is a little F1 romance, so I'm definitely gonna be reading that closer to June. There's A Deadly Education by Naomi Novak. We have Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney, and This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. I know she's coming out with a new book this year, or she came out with one, I'm not sure. I told myself I have to read this first before I get to read the other one, so we'll see how fast I'll read this one. There's The X Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon and Something Wilder by Christina Lauren, which both give me like books I want to read over the summer. I have Obsidio, which is the third book of the Illuminae files. This book, it's not like text, it's like case files and stuff like that, so even though it does look chunky, I know I can read it super fast. So maybe if I'm doing like a 24-hour reading vlog, I might just pick it up. We have the second book in a fantasy duology, When Night Breaks. I think this video is coming out after my 5-star read video. The first book from this was a 5-star, so I'm definitely super excited and anxious to get to book 2. Let's go to these like hardcovers I have over here. So 9 Lives by Peter Swanson and One by One by Ruth Ware. These are both thrillers. Then going into fantasy, we have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V. Schwab, and then Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco. I need room to put all these books. Let's just like climb, oh my god, up here for a second to get to this series. I mentioned it at the beginning of this video, this Zodiac Academy series. So we have book 4, Zodiac Academy Shadow Princess, book 5, Cursed Fates, book, oh my god, 6, Fated Throne, book 7, Heartless Sky. These progressively get heavier as we go. Book 8, Sorrow and Starlight, and then finally, oh my god, book 9, Restless Stars. Let me move this pile over here so I can differentiate between what I talked about and what I have not talked about. There's Make It Sweet by Kristen Callahan, X's and O's by Amy Lee. We also have If We Were Villains by Emil Rio. I really want to read this book this fall. My friend who told me to read The Secret History loves this book, and she was like, if you like The Secret History, you're gonna love this. So anxiously waiting, no, patiently, no, not anxiously, not patiently, I'm anticipating fall to be able to read this. Still Beating by Jennifer Hardman. I know this is one of Larry Reed's favorite books, so I'm super excited to eventually, fingers crossed, get to it. There's Too Late by Colleen Hoover. And then this book I was talking about before, book 3, The Revenge by To John. Here we have Indigo Ridge by Daphne Perry and 1,000 Miles by Bridget Morrissey. Then these are like summary books, well, books that I want to read over the summer. The Real Deal by Lauren Blakely, Love in the Time of Serial Killers by Alicia Thompson, and A Not So Meet Cute by Megan Quinn. So hopefully by next year is physical TBR. These will have been read. Please, like, this is a note to self. Please read these before next year's TBR. So From Lukov with Love by Mariana Zapata. Oh my god, I don't know why my brain bugged for a second. We have Killer Potential by Hannah Deitch, I want to say. A Dark House by Amy Jordan. Abby Jimenez, Say You'll Remember Me. And oh my god, this is a chunky one. I don't know where, oh, I see it. The third book is like under another pile of books, so I'm not gonna take it out right now. But we have Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. This is a chunker. This is definitely a chunker. We'll see when I get to it. Love on the Brain by Allie Hazelwood. I told myself I want to read all the Allie Hazelwood books I have on my shelf before I can allow myself to go buy the new ones, because all the ones that are out, I feel like I'm gonna love it, but I'm like, no, finish what you have on your shelf and then you can go crazy on Allie Hazelwood books. We have These Rough Waters by Rio Wild. Then the last two books in the book 2 and book 3 of the Rebel Blue Ranch series, so Lost and Lassoed, or Lassoed. I every single video I'm like, how do you pronounce it? And then Swift and Saddled. Here we have, I feel like I haven't seen a thriller in a while. We have Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. I love Riley Sager books, so my goal is to get through his backlist once I read what I already own. We have Haunted Hearts by Ariana Kane, which is a little small town romance with a little bit of like darkness in it. I have the Caraval series, so Caraval, Legendary, and Finale. I really want to read this year, to read the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy. We have a few fantasy and thriller books over here. So the first book is book 3 of the other Shadowhunter book, so Queen of Air and Darkness. You thought that was thick? This is even thicker. So I don't know when I'm gonna get to it, but eventually. I have 2 books by Tahara Mafi. Yeah, this is book 1. So The Woven Kingdom and then These Infinite Threads. I know that book 3 came out, but I'm like, read these 2 first before you get book 3. I have a little summer thriller, so The Counselors, and then a fantasy, The Stolen Kingdom. This series is out of order, so I'm sorry for that, but we have the Crave series. So we have book 3, which is Covet, book 2, which is Crush, book 1, Crave, and then book 4, Court. I just found these all on Book Outlet. I think I paid maybe $30 for this, so I'm like, you know what, it makes sense, but I can't justify buying the other books until I read this. My phone is over here, so I'm gonna try to navigate what I can before jumping into this pile. We have the last book in the Inheritance Game series, so The Final Gambit. I want to read it this year. I think, no, it was in my TBR for this month. As I'm filming right now, I'm filming beginning of the month of May, so I do not know if the books that were on my TBR will be read or not. We will see. We have Savage Lover by Sophie Lark. I am exerting so much self-control to not buy the rest of the series. I'm like, no, like, read them one at a time, then you can buy. Then we have two more Mafia. We have The Maddest Obsession by Danielle Laurie, and then The Darkest Temptation, also by Danielle Laurie. And the main character in this book, she's called Mila, so I'm super excited to get to it, because I've never read a book where the main character is Mila. I feel like I've only seen it twice, when it was like like the kids, but it was never like the main character, so I'm excited. I have a little duology by Tessa Bailey, so Secretly Yours and Unfortunately Yours. If you've been here for a while, you know I have a love-hate relationship with Tessa Bailey, so I was like, I want to read this series, see how I feel about it, and then from there decide, okay, do I want to continue buying Tessa Bailey books, or if it's not for me. I have the 3 last books in the A Simple Wild series. So we have Wild at Heart, the novella Forever Wild, and then book 4, which is Running Wild. I have Marriage for One by Ella Mays. I do want to read all of Ella Mays' books, but I was like, you know what, buy one, read it, then buy the rest to exert some sort of self-control. And I have the last 2 books of the Addicted Calloway series. Do you remember how this time last year I probably had the entire series? Now we're almost done, so I'm super proud of myself. We have, let's go in order, so Long Way Down, which is book 9, and then Some Kind of Perfect, which is book 10. I am scared to have this series come to an end, but I'm also ready to move on, you know? Like, I like seeing the characters grow, but I'm like, okay, I want to close this series to like move on to other things. Let's go to these 2 series because they're in box sets. There's the Six of Crows duology, Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. I really want to like push myself to read this year so I can watch the show on Netflix, because I started watching it after reading Shadow and Bone. Yes, Shadow and Bone, but then I was like, okay, you see characters from this book, so I don't want to watch it until I read this. So I've just been putting it off until I can read this. So this is the year. I promise you this is the year. We have the ACOTAR series. So I first want to read Throne of Glass, then read ACOTAR. Ideally, I would have read these 2 series by this time next year. We will see, because I do not know. We have A Court of Thorns, oh my god. A Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Mist and Fury, A Court of Wing and Ruin, A Court of Frost and Starlight, and A Court of Silver Flames. And then now we do have to, you know what? I'm gonna move my mic over here so I can like get through. Yes, I can get through the pile that is holding the mic. So we have this little box set from Dan Brown. So I'm sure you've heard of the Da Vinci Code. I was told by someone that I would love the Da Vinci Code, so I actually realized it was part of a series, and then there was this like box set from the author that included 2 books on the series. So I was like, you know what, I'll just buy them all. So the first book is Angels and Demons by Dan Brown. Book 2 is the Da Vinci Code, and these are all like little mysteries. I wouldn't say thriller, it's mystery set in like different parts of the world. The Lost Symbol, Inferno, Origin. This is the series. And then the other 2 books that we have is Digital Fortress and then Deception Point. Guys, my camera just died. I'm so pissed because we literally just have like these many books left. But anyways, we're almost done. We are almost done, I promise. We have Capturing the Devil by Carrie Maniscalco. This is the last book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series that I love with like a burning passion. We have Rouge by Mona Awad. We have the last 2 books in the Atlas 6 duology, so the Atlas Paradox and the Atlas Complex. And then finally, last but not least, we have These Violent Delights and Our Violent Ends. And those are all the books that I own. I have no idea how much these are, how many I have, so definitely leave your comments. Leave your guesses, oh my god, in the comment section down below. I know I made my guess at the beginning, but to be more specific, I want to say 125. I feel like it's giving 125. So if you enjoyed today's video, definitely hit the subscribe button down below and leave a thumbs up so I know to bring you guys my little physical TBR, my updated physical TBR every single year. Obviously, I'm gonna buy more books, but I do want it to get like progressively like less and less and less every single year, you know, until it's just like 50 bucks or like 25 bucks, you know. That's the goal. We will see if it happens. Obviously, it's a goal for like the long run. But yeah, if you want to go check me out anywhere else, my TikTok, Instagram, and Goodreads are all linked in the description bar down below. So definitely go, you know, stalk me over there. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. So oh my god, I need to cross the camera to do my normal outro. Oh my god. So stay safe, protect your vibe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!